Now, one of the things that you may want to do when working with service tickets is you may want to actually track the actual time that you bill to a job. So, in other words, we're going to, on a job, have hours that we have logged to that particular job for the customer. The job itself is everything to do with the customer, it has nothing to do with the mechanic that actually worked on it. In order to log the time the mechanic actually worked, we're going to use a completely separate control, which can be found on the new service ticket control by clicking this little tool list here, selecting the mechanic that we want to actually log the time for. If we want to put in the exact hours and minutes, we can. If we want to put it in as say 2.12, we can click this little icon and it'll calculate out the hours and minutes for us. And then we just click the plus sign to add that job to the list. So now we have scheduled that, or we have logged the fact that Bob worked on this particular job for 2 hours and 7 minutes. Now, another way that we can log time on a job is if the mechanic has access to a computer, then he can start and stop his time on the job simply by selecting the job and then hitting the start button. And he can actually do this from the service list. If I were to go in here and actually select a job, so let's say I want to look at my tickets, so I'm a mechanic at this point and I need to sharpen this chain. So all I've got to do is select the invoice, and then the system will bring me over to the invoice to start time on that particular job, and all I do is select the start time button. So, and this at this point it's telling me that I'm already logging time on another job, but in any case, that's how you could have the mechanics starting and stopping their own time. Now, I want to show you the old method for service tickets. In order to log mechanic time, you're actually going to go to the service tech labor page of the wizard. So now we're inside of the old style service tickets, and from here we can actually, it's the same control. You see the different jobs that you're working with, and then you can start and stop or log the times that they started working on the particular jobs. So there's a number of different ways to log this information, but the point is that Lizzie's going to use the information that we logged in settings for the labor rate for that particular mechanic based on the type of job you're working on or that they're working on, and it will store an approximate cost of actually doing that particular work, so that when we're looking at the job, we actually have the number of hours that the mechanic worked on it and how much money you have tied up in doing that work, so that we make sure that we're making money on all of our service tickets.